Hi, welcome to the Carlson Supplemental Teacher Orientation video. This is the introduction. Okay, I'd like to welcome you to Carlson. I'm Joe Salvamini. I'm principal at Carlson. I'm into my 6th year as principal of Carlson, but about 20 years ago I began my career in LA Unified as a teacher with Carlson, a hospital teacher with Carlson, and I also did supplemental teacher assignments. So like you, hopefully one day soon, I was also a supplemental teacher, and I can give you some of the information firsthand because I've been there. Before you begin with the video, with the orientation, I'd like to remind you of a few things. There are a couple of things that you're going to need. You're going to need to have out the Supplemental Teacher Orientation Assessment up on your computer screen. It's very important that you have the Supplemental Teacher Orientation Assessment up on the screen, because there are going to be certain links that you're going to need to click on so that it takes you to certain other links, like on YouTube. And then those links will help you answer the various questions that are on the orientation assessment that you then need to hand in. You will also need to have simultaneous access to YouTube so you can watch these different videos that we're putting up there. And you may want to print out a hard copy of the following documents. The PowerPoint that we're going through right now, this way if you wanted to write some notes on it, you can have it, and you can also have it to refer to later, as well as a sample register payroll. Next one. Okay, we're going to skip that one. Okay, as far as the Carlson personnel, a few people that you need to know at Carlson are people like me, the principal. You will need to also know our assistant principal. And then the people that you're going to be really intimately involved with will be who we call the supplemental teacher reps. There are generally 2 reps at the office, and we usually have one rep that handles the first part of the alphabet if your name begins with the first part of the alphabet, and then a rep that deals with people in the last part of the alphabet. You will also probably need to be aware of who our categorical program advisor is, who also does PD, and that's Margie Olivares Gilkison. We call her Margie OG. You will also need to know that our SAA, and the person that inputs all of your hours into BTS, is Michelle Ellis, and she's at the office. And as far as other personnel that Carlson has, Carlson basically has 3 different types of teachers that work for Carlson. We've got the hospital teachers, which presently we have about 17 or 18 hospital teachers that are located in hospitals all throughout the district. And we have contracted home teachers. We have about 25 or 30 of the contracted home teachers. And then the largest group of teachers that we have are part-time supplemental teachers, such as yourself, who work elsewhere in the district during the day, and after your day is over and after your responsibilities at your home school are over, then you come over and you work with 1 or 2 students at Carlson. Okay, as far as the services that we provide, generally speaking, in probably 95–97% of the time, we provide 5 hours of instruction per student per week. The time cannot be taken over to the next week. So if you work with the student 4 hours this week, you're not allowed to work with the student 6 hours next week. Within the week, you can vary your schedule so that this way you may get in the 5 hours, but under no circumstances can you ever do more than 2 hours in any given day. Generally speaking, also, we provide instruction in English language arts and in math. Now, an important thing to say about the 5 hours of instruction per week per student, and that's that the number of hours per week that a student is entitled to is dependent upon the number of days in that school week. For example, most school weeks have 5 days in that week, Monday through Friday, and so therefore the student would be entitled to 5 hours of instruction that week. However, there are some weeks, like let's say for instance the week that where Veterans Day is, where in that week the student would be entitled to 4 hours of instruction because it's a 4-hour week. If you provide more than the given amount of time for instruction, you will only be paid for the amount of time that you are authorized to provide the services. The students we serve. We serve approximately 2,000 or more students per year. And we actually enroll approximately 200 students per month throughout the year. We, at any given time, however, we are servicing somewhere between 500 and 600 students. We serve students who are in grades kindergarten through 12th grade, and actually in some cases we go beyond 12th grade. And then I've already said that we had we have approximately 10 hospitals that we have our 18 teachers that are working in, and we provide services in the hospitals to both students who are medically in the hospitals for medical reasons as well as for psychiatric reasons. Students that are in the home, we probably are out in, Carlson is in probably about 300 different homes per day throughout the year. And then, but we are in about 500 homes per week, and again we serve students that are both medically referred as well as psychiatrically referred. Okay, then the types of students we have students that are with us for pending placement reasons, meaning that the students are, the district is deciding what is the best placement for the student. So in the interim assignment, the student is provided over to Carlson and we provide those services. We also provide students, services to students who have been awarded through the due process compensatory education services, and then we also provide service to general ed students, special ed students. We serve students who are on the general ed curriculum as well as students who are on the alternate curriculum. The video orientation, let's see, okay, one of the things that you're going to find is that in this orientation you're going to see a lot of different links that are right there on your assessment, and so you need to be able to be working on your computer, and it's probably best that you're working on your computer at home doing this assessment, because you might have some difficulty getting to YouTube from within the firewall. But if you're home working on this, then you shouldn't have the access problems when you look at the YouTube videos. Now, another thing I want to say is that every year, once you become a supplemental teacher with Carlson, you need to make sure that you remain in good standing with us, and a few of the things that I mean by that is that obviously instruction to students is paramount. Parents expect you there when you say that you're going to be there, when you arrange for a time to be there with the student, and for the duration of the time that you're supposed to be there with the student. Let's see. And then the other thing is that, you know, if you remain in good standing with Carlson, you're handing your paperwork in on time. I'm a real stickler on the paperwork because we're getting information from over 200 teachers per month, and actually in many cases per week. We're getting emails from about 200 different teachers throughout the district, and then we have to do our reports and do all the, you know, compile all the paperwork, and I rely on everything, you know, into us by the due date and due time that it's in, that it needs to be into us. Let's see, that's it. Well, you know, and up here is a little bit of a, I mean, it's showing you a little bit of the assessment. Over here we've got different places where it may say click here. At the end of different sections it'll say click here, and it'll take you right to that section on YouTube that will answer these questions for you. And the other thing I want to state, and actually I should have stated it on the previous slide, but you're going to be, you know, if you elect to remain with Carlson, you're going to be going through the application process on a yearly basis. And so just expect that every year you're going to have to get us all the paperwork in, including the up-to-date video, not the videos, but the assessment, and all that needs to, you know, come back into us and in order to get signed up. Okay, that's the end of video 1.